Whether it's to help come up with ideas for essays or improve an already existing paper, or even to create an email to your boss, Grammarly has the tools you need to make a perfect impression. Today we're going to take a look at Grammarly's writing tools. These tools work on any browser and even has a desktop app for relics like Microsoft Suite. Sorry to the tens of you that prefer them. I'm going to take you step by step on how to install and use Grammarly, as well as show you how to navigate their already easy to use interface. Personally, I've been using Grammarly for years to help me spell check my essays in college. With these new features, I can not only make my papers sound better, but also tailor them to the individual that I'm talking to. For my peers, I prefer a more casual essay. For my professors, a more professional tone works much better. I also use Grammarly in a similar manner for my emails. So if it's for a boss, it's a lot more professional. If it's for a colleague, I can make it much more casual and friendly. Let's jump right in. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to grammarly.com. From there, you can find a pop-up that'll let you just download it right from there. So you click on this, it'll take you to your extensions webpage. I'm using Opera, but if you use Chrome or Internet Explorer / Google Edge, it'll pop up here. After you do that, it'll take you to this page. From here, you can write right in Grammarly's website. So you can actually upload a document that you have previously written and Grammarly will check it for you. What's cool about this is that it will save everything. So if you do have a plethora of documents that you want to pop into here and edit right from here, you can do that. Other than that, this website is really just to manage your premium subscription, and that's about it. Let's transfer over now to where this really takes off. What Grammarly used to only do is edit documents. What would pop up before would just be this sign where it would read your document, and anytime you had a mistake, whether that be spelling, whether that be the clarity, whether that be your delivery, it would pop up over here. Now what Grammarly can do is not only adjust your goals for your paper. So if you want it to have an expert point of view, if you want it to be casual, if you want it to be informative, you can also just purely write with Grammarly's AI tool with nothing but a topic. Let's come down here. All I did was insert a topic that I wanted it to create. So I'm a teacher and I actually just went to the zoo. And at the zoo, I saw a lot of animals that did not look very happy to be there. But let's take this and let's see what it comes up with when I ask it to give me the downsides of a zoo. It will give me ideas for a blog post, but these are just ideas. So if I insert it here, it's giving me 5 ideas of how I can tell that animals are not great at the zoo. What I can then do using Grammarly's AI tool is either make it persuasive, I can make it assertive, or I can make it any one of these, right? I can even take it all and just simplify it down or make it more detailed. So if you were here for my video about Canva's AI tools and the magic rate, this is very similar to that. So now what I can do is I can come over here and I can improve it. And what it's going to do is it will change this and make it sound better depending on how our goals were set out. So at the beginning, you saw that our goals were over here. I can also make it sound more friendly, and it'll do that. I can make it sound assertive, and it'll do that. Anything that I do, I can insert it, and it's right there. You can edit it right from here, just like a normal Google Doc. So now what I did is I just took a prompt from ChatGPT, and I just plopped it right into here. What Grammarly will do at first is just give you ideas. What you can do from there is make your own story, but for simplicity's sake, I just had ChatGPT come up with something. I haven't edited this at all, so let's see how Grammarly will improve this. So I can come over here, and I can highlight what I want it to improve. I can have it improve my entire piece, but for now, let's just see what it does with that piece I selected. At first, this just says, zoos have long been a source of fascination and education, offering people the opportunity to observe exotic animals up close. While they can play a role in conservation efforts and public education, there are significant downsides to keeping animals in captivity. So what I can do is I can highlight this, come over here and click more, and I can ask it to give me the main idea. I can ask it to give me any more improvements. And if this is all I had, if this was the only piece of the essay I had, I can even come over here and have it just write an entire paper for me. Now, a lot of these are not applicable, like write a thank you note. You're not going to do that for this paper. So these are all very generic prompts, but it will give you a specific outcome based on what you write. It even has an entire section just for school. So if you are a college student or a middle or high school student, draft an outline, suggest anything that you should cut if you have extraneous information, things along those lines. So what they just came up with is ideas on how to improve just the intro alone. To improve the effectiveness of the writing, the author can consider adding more concrete examples of how animals are affected by captivity and how zoos have both a positive and negative impacts, yada, yada, yada. So you can take this and apply it to your own writing here. What I can also do is have Grammarly write a story for me based on the topic I give it. So I'm going to have it tell a story. I'm going to write the animals at the zoo. And now what it will do is give you an entire story that you can insert and then make it your own. So I just inserted this, and now I can come in over here and edit this as I see fit. I can even combine Grammarly tools. It'll only improve the parts I highlight, which is great because if I'm writing and I really like a piece and I don't want it to change it, I can highlight the things that I want it to change, and it'll just simplify or make the piece that you have better only on the part that you highlight. I can make this assertive, just this part I can make assertive, and I can put it in here. Everything else would be the tone that the story came up with, except for that intro that I just highlighted. I can come over and make this part confident because it's my outro. I want to sound like I know what I'm talking about in my story, and it will change it in here. And if I don't like it, I can always retry it. If I do like it, I can insert it. The last thing I'm going to show you using Grammarly for Google Docs is when I come over here and click my voice, I can change the way I want this to sound. So a more casual voice for maybe having a story for kids, a more formal voice for a professor or boss, right? More empathetic if you're trying to engage the audience. I can make this witty so that it doesn't sound so boring and direct. I can even type in a profession to more accurately apply these tools to the topic at hand. So if I click that I am a medical professional, I can use this voice. And now all of the edits I make will be using the voice that it just gave. So if I click retry now this not only will be playful and witty, but it will be more towards medical professionals. So that is Grammarly for Google Docs. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to use Grammarly for an email. Let's say I just had a job interview and I wanted to send a letter to them thanking them for their interview and hoping to hear back from them soon. I can write out an entire email myself and have Grammarly edit it just like I did for my Google Doc. But what Grammarly can do in emails is actually just create an entire outline for you. So its first idea is to ask for a favor, but its second idea is to write a thank you note. So I'm going to type in what I want the thank you note to be. What are you thankful for? The opportunity to be interviewed for the teaching position. When I click enter, it's going to give me something that I can insert, but I can also retry it if I don't like it. I can change, just like before, I can change the way it sounds. So I want it to be friendly, and it'll change it from there. Maybe I want to sound more professional. I can click on professional, change it from here. And so let's insert here. What Grammarly won't do is completely send this from scratch. So it'll actually leave the room so that you have to edit this yourself. You're going to want to come in here and type in your own information. And the original idea of Grammarly was to help you spell check things. So if you come in here and don't capitalize things or make mistakes, Grammarly will also help you fix that. Now, Grammarly is completely free from the get-go. It does have a paid version where whenever you see these yellow lines, you are going to have to pay for this. However, everything else besides their suggestions for how to improve clarity is free. So anytime you have to spell check, it's free. Anytime that a sentence doesn't make sense, it'll rewrite it for you or give you suggestions on how to rewrite it for free. The only thing that it will not do for free is when grammar and punctuation and mechanics are all correct, it won't help you word things better. However, now that AI is in the mix, this premium suggestion has become more obsolete than it ever has been. The last thing I want to show you is Grammarly's desktop app. Once you download Grammarly's app, any application that you open, including Notepad, including Microsoft Word, including PowerPoint, Grammarly will show up. So here, it's in the corner over here, but I can move it wherever I need to. And when you are writing, now in your apps, this will pop up just like in a Google Doc. It will change everything you want it to. It'll come over here. It'll even use its AI tools as long as you're connected to the internet, but you'd have to have internet access for anything else web-based anyway. And you can come up with the same ideas, the same blog posts. It's everything that Grammarly is inside of the web app. It's just now on your desktop so that you can use it for anything now. Now that you have a perfect script, make sure you click here to go to Visla, where you can take that script and turn it into a full-fledged video. I'll see you over there.